Hello and welcome back to ONC on Grand News Channel. Today we will be talking about multiple news coming out from Hayk, Sekota, and the northern Gondor and western Gondor area. Let's start off by talking about Hayk. We have gotten new confirmation that TDF fighters have actually reached the lake in Hayk. So before we've actually called this area as contested. However, new reports show that this isn't contested and TDF actually, ENDF actually hold this area, while TDF have actually moved past the A2 highway, which is much more guarded and much more militarized, have moved past the highway from Idari, taken this route from Girina, which is unknown if it's under TDF control, but they have taken this path, this road that leads through the mountains all the way to the lake and hike. This might be a strategy to cut off the areas in Wargessa with Chale or even attack hike without taking the highway. But we have new information from TDF fighters who took in their picture here. Images such as these show TDF fighters right outside the lake, which is confirmed. New images that confirm this comes as these images have actually been geolocated, such as this, which geolocated the image, the new images that have come out. This shows multiple towns across the Hike Lake, which confirms that these fighters are in Hike, or not in Hike, but right outside the lake beside Hike. This information is unclear how many soldiers there are. In the image, it just shows for a couple soldiers, but that might be a reconnaissance mission, or even might be a new force to take this highway. It is still unclear, but we do know that they have the seashore or the lake area over here. New reports of Sekota have actually coming out as well. TDF have actually claimed, or the new claims have come in that Sekota is actually still contested. However, there hasn't been new information coming out to support that. We still believe that Sekota is under ENDF's hands. This capture of Sekota is actually really significant in that the roads that lead to Sekota are actually Korem and also Lalibela. So this capture of Sekota, which also connects these towns in Amhara, so we would assume that the India force actually took these roads from Amhara to take Sekota. There's multiple roads that connect Sekota, one from the north of Amhara, one from the east of Korem, and one from the south of Lalibela. Three of these points is controlled by TDF, claimed by TDF. The north of Amhara, east, which is Korem, and as well as the south as Lalibela. So we can only assume that came from the east side of Amara and took the city. So this is actually really significant in that they can use Sekota as a new launch, as a new offensive to take Korem or other parts of Raya in Tigray. Or they can even launch another attack using this same road down as in Lalibela. This would event would eventually split the TDF forces that are trying to retake the last towns of Debizvit and Nefasmacho and hold on Gashina. This would also put a heavier burden on TDF since this is new front that the ENDF and RF forces have started, which we haven't seen in the past 2 weeks of the war. New images have actually also coming out of ENDF, new victories that ENDF have claimed in the south of Mersa. They have claimed that they have captured 60 Kalashnikovs, 3 guns, which are snipers, um, 2 additional snipers, 3 machine guns, 1 communication radio captured by Republican guards, and multiple equipment. This is from Dire Roca, which we do not know where it is, but we assume that it's in this area south of Mersa and north of Orgesa. So we can only assume that there's heavy fightings between these forces. This might also be true since a week ago Republican guards have actually been captured fighting around Mersa and Sarinka. So this might be true since, Republican guards have actually lost, and we can only assume that, if they're already here and they have won, that it is more likely true since TDF forces have also claimed winning and beating Republican guards in this area. So it's going back and forth around these areas between the Republican Guard and as well as the TDF. Images have also been coming out to support these claims of captured guns, such as these, which can corroborate the 60 Kalashnikovs that they have claimed, um, 3 Brens, which are sniper rifles, um, as well as 3 Brens, which are machine guns, and 2 sniper rifles from Republican Guards. The general of Endf have actually claimed that they've completely destroyed the organized armies on 3 fronts of Dabark, north of Wolo, near Mersa. This is coming from Fana, which is uh, reports on news coming from ENDF spokespersons. So we can only assume that it's halfly true, but you have to keep in mind that this is a state media and this is coming from ENDF. So they have claimed that they've beaten TDF forces in north of Mersa, and they do show some sort of information, such as these guns and captured equipment, which corroborate with TDF guns that TDF usually use, such as this gun, which is actually used. This TDF, this is a sniper rifle. So we can also corroborate that with the news coming out from Mersa. Also, new news is that TDF have actually claimed that they've been fighting in Mersa near Desi and Hayk around the highlands, and they have also claimed that they've destroyed this machine gun topped truck on the road of Hayk. Um, this comes from a TDF soldier from his Facebook page. However, we do not know if it is true or false. It is just an assumption. This might be from 2 months ago or recently from like 3 days ago. So keep it with a grain of salt of all the images you see. However, this has been geolocated. Keep in mind in that the new news that is coming out of Tigray is still waiting for confirmation. Don't think everything that is being proclaimed as 100% fact, since there's a communication blackout in Tigray at the moment. So new news coming from both sides is questionable. Tigray spokespersons are claiming multiple things, as well as Ethiopian spokespersons. So please consider everything we see and hear as fact until it is corroborated by third-party sources. The things that I'm showing you here is actually confirmed through images, and I always claim that it is. I always say that it is claimed by ENDF or TDF. So please take that into account in that new things captured by ENDF or TDF. Uh, it isn't 100% fact, but this is what it is. This is what's coming out from Ethiopia, and most information such as these are hard to fake, especially these images of guns, 30, 60 Kalashnikovs, multiple Break machine guns, and multiple multiple ammunition, which is usually found in TF um, with TF soldiers. So, we can only assume what is true. Um, that'll be all for today. Please consider subscribing. I do upload every single day on the new news coming out from Tigray. I try to make everything as unbiased and as well as central to what's going on the ground and what's the front lines look like. And I try to avoid any guesses or any assumptions that are coming out. Thank you. Have a good day. Goodbye.